This video has been developed to help parents understand how to prepare infant formula safely. Please look at the NHS Start of Life leaflet alongside this video and discuss with your healthcare professional. This video has been made using the information on the NHS leaflet. First stage infant milk should be used throughout the first year of life, or the formula milk that your dietitian or doctor has provided. It doesn't matter which brand, as they are all very similar. First Steps Nutrition Trust is a trustworthy website where you can find more information on all formula milk provided in the UK. All feeds should be freshly made to reduce the risk of making your baby ill. If you have no choice and need to store a feed, please speak to a healthcare professional before you do this. Equipment. To formula feed your baby, you will need a kettle, bottles, teats with lids, bottle and teat brushes, sterilising equipment and infant formula powder, or ready to feed formula liquid. First, start by washing your hands well with soap and water. Ensure your work surfaces are cleaned with hot soapy water and a cloth. Check that the bottle and teat is not damaged. Clean the bottle and teat in a hot soapy water solution using a clean bottle brush. A dishwasher will clean the bottle, but it will not sterilise it. Rinse the bottle under cold running water before sterilising. Sterilise your bottle and teat using the steriliser available to you. If you're using a steam steriliser, ensure to use the manufacturer's instructions, as there are many models to choose from. If you choose to use cold water sterilisation, follow the manufacturer's instructions, ensuring you change the solution every 24 hours. Leave the feeding equipment in the solution for at least 30 minutes, and make sure there are no air bubbles trapped in the bottles and teats. Keep all equipment under the solution with a floating cover. If you choose to boil your equipment, never leave your pans unattended. Make sure your equipment is safe to boil. Boil the equipment for at least 10 minutes. Make sure all items stay under the surface of the water. You may need to use a small plate to keep bottles underneath, as they will float. Remember that teats tend to get damaged faster when using this method, so please ensure to check all your teats post-boiling sterilisation. How to make up a formula feed. First, wash your hands and ensure the surface is clean again. This is really important to make sure that bacteria does not spread. Fill the kettle with at least 1 litre of fresh tap water. Use fresh water from the cold tap to fill your kettle every time you make a feed. Do not use water that has been previously boiled. Do not use artificially softened water. Bottled water is not recommended, as it is not sterile and may contain too much salt or sulfate. Boil the water, then leave no longer than 30 minutes before making the feed. This is important as the water should remain above 70 degrees C. At this temperature, any bacteria that is in the powder will be killed. If you are using cold water sterilisation, shake off any excess solution from the bottles prior to making up a formula feed. Keep the teat and cap on the upturned lid of the steriliser. Avoid putting this onto the work surface. Follow the manufacturer's instructions and pour correct amount of water into the bottle first. Double check that the water is at the correct level. Loosely fill the supplied scoop with the infant formula powder and level it off using a flat edge, either a clean knife or you can use a leveller. Follow the manufacturer's instructions and only put in the suggested number of scoops in the bottle. Holding the edge of the retaining ring of the teat, put it into the bottle and screw it in. Cover the teat with a cap and carefully swirl, gently shaking the bottle until the powder is dissolved. Don't vigorously shake the bottle, as this will create air bubbles. You have 2 hours to use the prepared feed before discarding it. However, once your baby has begun to feed, the remaining time reduces to 1 hour. Do not refrigerate the feed. Instead, store it in a cool area of the room until your baby is ready to continue to feed, but make sure this within 1 hour. It's really important to cool the infant formula so it's not too hot for them to drink. To do this, hold the bottom half of the bottle under cold running water. Move the bottle under the tap to ensure even cooling. To test the temperature of the formula, use the inside of your wrist before giving it to your baby. It should be a body temperature. It should not feel too hot or too cold. Once your baby has finished feeding, if there is any formula left in the bottle, throw it away. Make every bottle up individually to reduce the risk of infection. Ready to feed liquid formula is sterile until opened. All feeding equipment will still need to be sterilised. Once opened, any unused liquid formula needs to be stored at the back of the fridge on the top shelf, with the cup corner turned down for no longer than 24 hours. If you are combining both breastfeeding and formula feeding and would like to discuss any changes such as increasing your milk supply, remember to talk with your healthcare professional. If you decide to stop breastfeeding, it is possible to restart. However, this can be difficult as your milk supply will naturally reduce once you are not breastfeeding, but it can be increased again to meet your baby's needs. Giving infant formula to a breastfed baby will reduce your milk supply. If you need more information or support on this, please do not hesitate to speak to a healthcare professional. You also can call the National Breastfeeding Helpline on 0300 100 0212.